Allow me to just turn on a video real quick.
I think Aaron pulled you in without me knowing.
Hey there, how's it going?
Hanging, dude. Oop, hold on. Let me turn to face you on the stream because that's how we do.
Oh yeah, that good stuff.
Yeah, there we go. What's up?
Perfect. Hey, not too much. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on. You've been exciting to watch and read in chat. I'm very, it's so nice when people are super outgoing. You know, it makes these chats a little bit easier. So thank you for being an outgoing person.
That's almost an irony of being a streamer, as you would imagine there'd be more outgoing people. But no, I mean, to be fair, most people are just they're at home playing video games. And you're like, I could play video games in front of people, so
Yep.
that makes sense.
It's very, very, I guess it's not odd. It's, I guess, brave in a certain sense that you put yourself out on the internet. And then the kicker though is when people get pissed off that you're not interacting with chat or whatnot. And it's just like, I'm doing this for me in a way. Like people always, they just assume that streamers are there to like totally be seen. Whereas every streamer has their own reason for streaming, you know?
Right.
And I think it's so hard now I've gotten into that mindset. Before I was just like, why is this dude not talking? Why is he just playing Call of Duty instead of talking to me or like getting clutch kills? And now I'm way past that. Way past that.
Everyone's there for some kind of different goal, and you'd be surprised by how many of them don't care to actually be seen or get viewers.
Exactly. Which is surprising, but it's totally there. But anyway, I always do this. What's your elevator pitch? Who is KanoaDaddy?
Hi everybody, my name's KanoaDaddy. If you want to see a grown man cry on camera, pop on down to my stream. That's it. Honestly,
That's it?
so I'm a variety streamer who's just I have a huge tech background, so I'm just obsessed with adding new shit.
Yeah, I was about to say your background's a little
It's a lot, right? And you can change it with like I've integrated channel points to be able to change my background and little things like that.
Yeah, I saw the one video where you showed your actual setup. How many screens do you have again? Like 5?
5, yeah.
I have like 1. Like, that's like, it's a bit much though, right? No?
It depends. Some nights I use all 5 actively.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Chat, OBS, the game. Chat, OBS, the game.
Chat, OBS, the game.
Like 3. That's all I could think you would need. What are the other 2?
So I keep on half of one screen. I also keep up my chatbot and music player so that I can actively on the fly change whatever I need to or add a command or whatever I need to do. And then I have one extra screen on most stream nights that is just okay being up there.
Okay.
I usually like keep it up just to watch like the new notifications or whatever, media shares, etc.
Okay.
But on like Dungeons and Dragons nights, you need every screen you can get because you're looking at your stats, you're looking at the game, you got all the normal stream stuff. It's a lot.
I was about to say I was lurking a little bit last night. It seems that's a very interesting. I feel like D&D on stream is super neat. Like you have the ones that are the big D&D streamers, but then there's no in between. Maybe not. I haven't really full dived into the D&D scene, but to me from the outside it looks like either everybody's watching the big guys or you're just with your friends. Like it's a weird. How do you feel about that scene?
That's kind of true. I'm actually usually pretty surprised to see streams that I wouldn't consider having a lot of production quality for D&D, which they're all theater of the mind.
Yeah.
And there's no like visual stimuli or sounds going on. We work really hard to put on a show that has like sound effects and music and active visual maps that you can watch. But there are people like still with like 70 viewers or something like that. It'll be like, damn, you guys are just chilling. Like, is everyone here famous and I don't know it? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I can't. If I'm being honest, I can't do it for long. Like, you guys did a good job. When you make it into a production, it helps because the only thing I can think that I watched D&D actually was Harmon Quest because like they literally animated it so that it makes my little monkey brain like, yes, flashy cartoons. Like,
yeah,
that's the only thing I can get into. But D&D is tough. How long have you been doing that? How long's your session, I guess? Is that the question?
4 hours.
Okay.
4 hours every week. Sometimes it spills over to closer to 5, but 4 hours is the general go-to. That's for most streams too. I know like I want to clarify right now, I am not a Twitch talker. at all. I know most people come on here like they found you through Twitch Talk, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Everything I post that is Twitch Talk related fails miserably because my audience is nothing Twitch Talk related. That's just not who watches me. No, other streamers are not my audience.
That is very important, actually. That is a super important issue that I think a lot of new people to either, whether it be streaming or TikTok, the streamer side of TikTok, they think this show kind of begs to be watched by streamers. Fortunately, unfortunately, I do have some that don't, but is the fact that you don't, streaming doesn't have to be your brand because you are a fantastic. I mean,
Continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. Fantastic. I love it. Anything. Also, if you have the chat up, if you see anything, you are also welcome to interrupt. Aaron, I did see you at me. Is the fact that you don't have, that doesn't have to be your whole brand. You don't have to do streamer tips. You can just be you. In fact, a lot of, from what I'm noticing with the other quote unquote Twitch talkers, a lot of their fan base is when they do the personal stuff. Like even Lexi said she had a viral video about gaming and whatnot, and she got a lot of followers from that. But the videos where she was just herself, where she was being just herself, that's where she found her real fan base, her real viewership, her real friends.
Right.
That's that trick that a lot of people, so that's what you found with like TikTok, even though you're on the Twitch Talk side of things,
I see Twitch Talk things. I hope that my videos aren't going to Twitch Talk in any way, because
Really?
man, that's a disaster. I don't need that.
What don't you like about Twitch Talk?
I think everyone has their gripes. I mean, to be fair, I've watched a couple of your interviews, and even though a lot of these people are streamer tips people and drop constant streamer tips themselves, half of them are complaining about streamer tips or what they dislike about the Twitch Talk like atmosphere of like people being, you know, greedy with how they are trying to self promo them. Like, I'll raid you if you come in here and drop your name. No, you won't, man. No. And it's artificial, and it's ultimately not paying off for them anyway. So what? They jumped from 1 viewer to 20 viewers. All the people there are hoping that they are going to benefit, and that sounds like a terrible community to foster.
It absolutely is. I was in a couple when I first started. One where we tried our very best. Actually, a ton of people, like Krellis was in here earlier. I made real, genuine relationships because I put the work in to make those relationships. But 9 times out of 10, you'll have, I'm sure you saw the most recent one. What was it? Blowing up streamers? Because, hey, come on, guys. What type of name is blowing up streamers? And also, how do you look at that as someone who's just streaming and go, oh, that looks like a good environment to be in?
Yeah, it sounds like a follow for follow account. Just, there's literally not any more. You're the only more follow for follow account that you could have is follow for follow in your name. Like,
yeah. Okay. When you first started streaming, first of all, how long ago was it? And then also, when you first started streaming, did you join any other communities, or were you kind of just did your own thing for the longest time?
2 years ago, I joined into, or I started streaming. I was purely a card game streamer for the Witcher card game, Gwent.
Okay.
Wasn't doing much else. I actually was very fortunate to not have had TikTok at that time and been just doing all right. I was at 9 to 15 viewers for several months. It was, honestly, it was going really well, and it was because it was a niche game.
Okay. Yeah.
2 years ago, you know, like it was still harder to get into, but it was still, you know, easier than now.
Yeah.
And it was slick. It was smooth. I joined a follow for follow Facebook group at one point because I was trying to get when I was first trying to get affiliate, and I was like, hey everybody, we're just trying to I'm just trying to find the best way to ethically self-promote. Like, how do you do that online? And man, you could just feel the toxicity in all of those communities, and that was 2 years ago. Like, so I can only imagine how they are now.
Facebook is rampant with that for whatever reason. When I first started, before I was affiliate, did multi-streaming because I thought that was a decent move. Like, be everywhere, be everywhere at once. It makes sense so everybody can see me. And when I tried it doesn't work like that, by the way. Do not multi-stream. That is not my suggestion to everyone. Do not do what I'm doing.
I tried it.
You've tried it?
Back in the day too. I hated it.
it's I enjoy it for the fact that I love giving people options, and also I'm a masochist. Like I'm a masochist. But end of
That's
the day. But I found those Facebook groups, and you want to talk about link dropping? The link dropping on Facebook groups. Anyone in the chat, have you even attempted to get through Facebook? I don't know how Facebook gamers even succeed, because all it is streamers trying to get ahead of each other. That's what it feels. That's what Facebook feels like, you know?
It also feels very artificial. I know very little about Facebook gaming, but the little that I looked into it, it feels like, yeah, you have 800 viewers right now, but I see 3 people in chat, man, and it looks awful, and there's not features on Facebook gaming, and like the damn website hurts my eyes to look at. Like,
yeah. Also, it gives my full name. No, thank you to that.
yeah, it's weirdly over personal with the profiles being mixed in with like I want to just look, dude. I just want to lurk your stream. Don't talk to me. Don't call my full name out on stream, please. Thanks.
That, and I guess it's also, sorry, TikTok. TikTok also has that habit with its lives. It says the name of the person when they come into the chat, but
to be fair, only 3 lines show on TikTok at any given time. It's gone, and that's why TikTok's so frustrating with lives. Is I can't opt to turn that off and just see who's chatting.
yeah,
I have to actively scroll and hope for the best.
it's almost like all of these platforms have issues that need fixing. Who's the perfect platform? When will we get the perfect platform?
I can't wait for Mixer to come back.
God, did you try Mixer out?
I did actually try Mixer. I got denied from partner one time.
Really?
And yeah. And I was like, fuck Twitch, I'm out of here. I am out of here. Okay. And I went over to Mixer for like 2 weeks. And I had a decent viewing, but when I tell you like their channel point style of things was so chaotic and messy, because that's where, you know, Twitch got the idea of channel points. Was Mixer had like this built-in channel point thing where you had like a if you watched any streamer, you got like a website-wide currency that wasn't worth anything, like, but it could be used to redeem like a different effects and things like that in people's streams.
Interesting.
To interact with their bot, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
And while that's awesome in concept, it was messy in execute. I mean, every streamer I went into was just like their screen was covered. You know, like how sometimes people rate in, there's emotes flying everywhere all over the screen.
Yeah.
But it's that the whole time, and I'm like, dude, this is visual vomit. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at here.
It's very much a science, because like right now with these, nature of the beast with the podcast is there's no alerts. At least I hope I turned off the alerts. No, somebody do exclamation point #GurtGang just in case. But like, it's that it does get to be, there is too much, I think, for a lot of people. I was mentioning earlier. Oh, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Aaron, you did ask, what's the whole deal with I'm bad at reading chat and bad at my job, and we'll talk about it later.
When I'm talking to somebody, I can't help but just like I'm like glued to talking to the person.
Same.
Like the social part of me, and then I'm like, I need to look at chat. I have to look at chat.
Yeah. You should ask Kanoa about all the things he's automated / set up for voice command. All right, since we're sort of on that, yes. So what's something? Apparently, that's a very special thing that you do on your stream.
Oh yeah, I have them right now. I mean, congratulations. There you go. You can't hear it, but it does a big yay sound, and what else do I have? Welcome to the guild. Wink.
Yo.
Yeah. It's just little stuff like that. Gnome. Yeah, people love it when I say gnome. There he is.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So it's just there's all kinds of little goodies that people just enjoy. You know, people tricking me into reading out chat and bringing the gnome out is like a favorite. I don't know. It builds up this game and familiarity and interaction with chat, because I hate going in to Twitch streams. I don't know how else to describe that without something being interactive. I can't get, most people are there to talk with the streamer.
Yep.
What happens when you get people like Catliente comes on? They read chat super fast, and you get that like half a second of them. They're like, oh, they're talking to you. But then it's already off screen 10 seconds later, and you're like, fuck, man, what do I just want to, like, I'm here to interact. So I try to implement more ways to interact, like avatars on the bottom of the screen that you can like dress up and you have them fight. we do media. You can show a video on the screen. You can trick me into saying dumb shit, and it pops up with voice commands.
It's very, very tricky because obviously there comes a certain level of streamer, I guess, or how many people you have in chat, how active chat is. But jumping off of that is, I was in Kadea's stream. I mentioned earlier in the show, and like chat was just bang, 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 and she wanted to read almost like obviously every message doesn't need to be read, but like every message, and she was going, but speed run, and it was just like, this isn't. It's that weird, like, as Unstable says, "Uwu pick me bullshit" in the chat, and it's like, it feels, it's very
like wording.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Love Unstable.
Coming from the person who's been to Japan 6 times, I really like that.
Yeah, you think I'd come up with it? I'm a bad weeb. As I grow older and bolder, I'm a worse weeb, and it makes me angry. But yeah, it's very, very tricky. Small things like that, because I know some other streams, it like you said with Mixer, they overdo it. Like that's their whole stream. There's a balance I think you really need to find, and then it also helps to have the community talk to each other. Like I think right now I'm at a very cool balance of, I don't know how many people are here because fuck a viewer count, but like they talk to each other, or they know when they can read the room. I assume you guys can read the room, and if you're new here, hey, just say hello to everybody. But do you think you found that balance?
Yeah, and that's also, I think it's important to note that as you grow as a streamer, or shrink back down as a streamer, sometimes you're hitting caps that you weren't ready for. If you went from 2 viewers to 30 viewers, your behavior is going to drastically shift to adjust. Or it has to, because if you keep streaming like you were streaming to 2 viewers, you will lose those viewers.
It's very true.
Your retention will go back down to where you find your metabolism again,
That's, yeah. McQueeb, when I was talking to him, he mentions that he watches his viewer count so he can gauge exactly what he's doing on screen. A little bit of active. I know it's a little delayed and whatnot, but I guess it is nice to have that. I'm still debating, McQueeb, because I think I saw your name. Yeah. Whether I should turn viewer count on or not, because once again, with the chats, it's tricky. Like,
you'll accidentally discourage yourself.
Yeah.
You'll accidentally discourage yourself. 'Cause even for me, like I'll get used to having 100 people in chat for a week or two, and then I'm like 90. 90 people in my chat. You ungrateful 10. How dare you be busy and have lives this evening? Like, you're like, shit, man.
That's also super, super scary, because we were talking last night in the Milk Bar about how viewership, especially whether it be a Friday or the weather was nice, like it's going to wane. Now that things are opening back up, the kicker is how can you, also Aaron, I do see the question. Thank you. How do you shift your audience into regular viewers, or how do you keep that audience retained? Or are is it going to go away? That scariness of now that things are opening back up, yada, yada, depending on where you're at, are we going to lose those numbers? And there's going to be a lot of people who cannot handle that mentally at all.
Yeah, I think site-wide, it's just going to go down. That's just how it goes. That's fine. Like, you can't control the market, like.
Yeah.
But I think, and I apply this to the concept of raids and everything too. You have to be confident enough in your own content.
Yeah.
To believe that people will stay for its quality. That's why you shouldn't be afraid of doing raid. Like, oh, if I raid, I'll lose viewers to other people. Like, nah, man, just trust that your content's good enough that they'll want to come back. And that you make a friend in this raid. I don't know. It's weird to think of how self-centered. It's hard to say this without like sounding like a dick, but a lot of streamers are very self-centered, man.
No, I say that, dude. I say that streamers are inherently selfish. I'm pretty sure if you're a regular here, you hear me say that constantly, and that's sort of fine, because if you're building a brand, you have to focus on your own content. Because Erin sometimes focuses on other streamers too much if she wants to focus on her stream. Shouting out Erin, putting her on blast. But we'll jump. Sorry. How do you not feel bad for missing someone's message in chat when they did one comment? Real quick sidebar. You guys can ask questions multiple times or at, like I said. I know Kadea said when she was in her chat, she will ban anyone who doubles up on questions, which blew my mind. But obviously, she gets trolls and stuff too, so you kind of have to keep. It's your stream, do what you want. These are my opinions. But how do how do you feel? Do you feel bad when you miss comments, stuff like that? Do you have a method for catching up on those comments?
Not really. So if there's a thing that I missed, legitimately missed,
Yeah.
I'm totally, people will generally speaking post it again. Like I sit at 80 to 100 average viewers on a regular day. I'm gonna miss comments. Chat moves fast. I have a very active community. Chat moves fast.
Yeah.
What you do is you kind of pick out the things, you scan fast, because I'm a slow reading guy. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna see 10 messages. I'm gonna maybe pick out 2 that are of lengths that don't seem overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna read them out and try to start a conversation. And everyone else in chat is gonna keep picking on it and going with it. And I'll read some of those responses they're given. I'll read and interact, but I'm not reading. I want to say 4 out of 5 messages I'm not reading out loud. And some of them I purposely just I'll start reading and ignore because I'm like, that's not the direction I want to take our conversation.
That's something I kind of had to do Wednesday. Wednesday was the first stream I kind of did on my own because normally I have someone to bounce off of. And just the chat was popping off, and I was like, this is overwhelming. I can't read. I was starting to hype read, and I was like, no, no, no. I literally had to take a moment and be like, all right, just focus in. And you just, not everybody's going to get read, and not everybody needs to. And unfortunately, that sucks. And it might seem rude, but also it's your stream. You have to build the expectation of what's to be asked. And some people are, assumingly, depending on your size, there just to get their message read. And that sucks, but also, yo, dude, hey, comment on my Twitter. Plugging my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter.
If that's the thing that I had to settle with a long time ago, because I have seen many come and go. My stream isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
It's slower paced. It's meant to be chill. We're just kind of hanging out, having drinks, watching funny videos together that media shared. I'm very clear and cut and direct with what I have, what you can do, and how it's going to be. And some people come in and they're like, ooh, pretty long hair guy. They stay for a month and then they're gone because it's not for them. They need active attention. Imagine streaming to 100+ people who need active, constant attention. I know myself well enough to know that is not sustainable. That will stress me out. That'll ruin the joy I get from streaming. The love of my job will die if I garner a community I dislike.
Ooh, that hits. Yeah, you really have to. Is that dog? Did I just say?
There's a pup downstairs. Yeah.
Like I know I got the long boy.
Mailman must be here.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the tricky part. Once you do start building the community, buzzword, you have to make sure.
I don't know why that's
a
a thing too. Sorry, a post question after this, but
as making your community what the vibe. You have to make sure the vibes are correct. For lack of a paragraph that I can't pour out of my mouth right now, you have to make sure the vibes match who you are. So like you said, you don't burn yourself out with the people you surround yourself with, because sometimes you get people in there, and unfortunately the Gert gang has gone through it a little bit, and it sucks though, because pulling those people away or like kind of pushing people away is a shitty feeling, you know? Like you want to be inclusive as much as you can, but sometimes people don't vibe.
Yeah. Well, and this is going to sound much meaner than I'm meaning it. The trash takes itself out is a fun. Well, it does. You know, like there are people who are in there for their own benefit. I like to think you should be giving something. This is an exchange. Someone is gaining from watching your stream in some capacity.
Yeah.
Whether that be knowledge, entertainment, a sense of belonging, or direct interaction.
Yeah.
But if someone has all their eggs in that direct interaction box, I'm like, this isn't the place for you. I don't have the time or energy to say hello to every single name that pops up in chat. I do my best. I can't.
Yeah, I feel that.
They will leave because it's not for them, and the people who like what you do will stay because they like what you do and they're gaining from it in some way.
Yeah, I need to find that balance because I'm still kind of at the point where I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I'm the person that wants to. Another one of my viral videos on TikTok. I was like, I have to respond to every comment, even if it was just the word facts. I was like, I guess I should just put a printer picture because I was like, Jordan, you don't have to do that. Not everything needs a response. All right, but we're gonna. Did you see anything? I know we got a bunch of stuff in chat. I'm gonna scroll through real quick. What do we got? Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. You're all beautiful, and we're all dating. Everyone here, we're all going to Cinnabon after because Cinnabon DM'd me, and I'm definitely getting a sponsor. So we're all getting Cinnabon after on me. Do you think VODs can help retain channel viewers? They might not be there for every stream, but can VODs help them come back?
I just have VODs on, but that's just because my editors grab them and put them to YouTube or take clips or whatever.
Yeah, VODs in the
Just to help
sense.
the process.
Yeah, VODs in the sense, just have them on. Yeah, not a ton of people will watch VODs. Those that do, bless you. But that's where your clips lie. That's where my living content, your YouTube content, if you will, the clips, and then even highlights. If you can do highlights, that's my suggestion is if you can somehow find a way to highlight your stream, because if nobody knows you, even people that really know you, they don't want to sit through an hour or even 2 hours of you kind of just playing a game. You got to have those moments. But leave the VODs up for sure. What else? Did you see anything else?
I think there's all kinds of stuff in chat.
We're popping off.
There's a whole bunch of very kick-ass questions, and I feel bad because I'm like, man, we don't have time. I need more time.
Yeah.
Thoughts? How do you get past the brick wall of the same number of lower CCV, so concurrent viewers, each stream? Jordan mentioned getting folks off other platforms and making friendships, but as you didn't do much with TikTok, and I'm guessing you've primarily been using Twitch to grow, I'd like your perspective on that. I would like to double clarify. Now I use TikTok and have been using TikTok for like a year and a half. And that is with good reason. The greatest way I could ever explain this is there is a significant difference between consuming high commitment content and low commitment content. TikTok is low commitment content because at any time you can go back, watch a 10-second video, and be familiarized with the streamer. If you say I stream at 9 p.m. on Tuesdays, or even worse, I stream when I feel like it.
Oh,
they have to seek you out so hard to watch you live at a specific time that they have to put into their schedule. The idea of a streamer like just blowing up casually implies that every viewer you're going to get was just browsing and happened into you.
Yeah.
And that is incredibly unrealistic.
Sorry, guys.
No matter the platform.
Yeah.
No matter the platform.
Yeah.
I didn't. No matter the platform. God damn it! No popped up.
Yeah. Hilarious. Love it. I need it. I need it for like. Well, I guess not my buzzwords because it would be all streamer buzzwords and yogurt and Cinnabon.
That's what I was going to ask as well. What's this? You kind of are like buzzword community.
Ooh.
Hit me with it. What's that?
There are a lot of words that streamers don't like: networking, community, collabing, multiples. Hold on, chat. What are some other ones? I know there's tons of words that people don't like because they've either been like collabing and networking are huge because assumingly if someone wants to do that with you, they have ulterior motives because kind of, yeah. I mean, literally that's what this is. We're networking away. We're like, clearly we're also dating, but also there's a mutual of blending audiences, which is totally fine. I'm not stealing your viewership. You're not stealing mine. In fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers are fucking friends. Like the people I ride with, we're all friends. We're all friends and family. But there's that people get muddied by those words. So those buzzwords like building a community, networking. That's a lot of people don't like them. Consistency. Ooh, grinding. That's another one. People don't like your grinding.
I'll hard stand on the consistency. Consistency I'll stand by the day I die.
Yeah.
That is what broke me out as a streamer is consistency.
Are we friends or dating? I don't know. Both had her. I'm sorry. But those are the buzzwords. Usually I catch myself because so many times people are like, I don't like that word. I'm like, fucking, you're giving that word.
You don't have to like that word. It has a meaning.
Yeah.
And we're going to use it to explain this thing we're talking about.
Yeah. So that's what that is. How do you feel? Do you have any words like that or you chill with all of them?
I'm not a Twitch talker. I feel like Twitch talk is in its own little sphere. And
kind of.
for the most part, almost every viewer I have could give a shit less about what it takes to be a streamer.
Hell yeah.
And if your content is what it takes to be a streamer, they're not going to watch it because they don't care. They want to see me be funny. They want to see the gnome pop up, and they want to like talk about their day. They want to talk about like mental health. They want to talk about what this latest recent movie did wrong. They want to see me bitch about the Witcher Netflix series, you know? Like they want to, you know, they want to see real human beings being human beings, not this machine that is happening with what I think everything I see basically on Twitch Talk is constantly, here's how you become a streamer. I'm like, dog, if this was working for people, there wouldn't be so few people over 10 viewers. Like,
that whole bitch has got me fucking pumped because it's so true. It's so true. Not the only part of the reason, and there was a weird click a little while back that I've started to pop off is because I'm being unapologetically me, and sometimes that's a bit much, but I'm being me everywhere. And there's no tricks. There's no, like, I do give advice because Corporate Brit, he was like, it feels good to give advice. Like if you found something that works in some way for you, I think like my Twitter tip was obviously because it was a mess of a tip. That video on TikTok was like me. I was like, I've been popping off in a small way on Twitter, and it's just, all I'm doing is being me. And it's, you see these tips like, oh, all you have to do is spend this much time or network with these people. Those are the tips. It's like, no, just fucking be funny and post a gif of a dude getting squirted in the face with yogurt. People think it's funny.
I mean,
sorry, rant.
It's so important to think about who your audience is, and I hate the idea of having an all streamer audience. That kills me. It is so, and no offense, because you're going to appeal most to streamers and Twitch talkers as the person in like interacting with streamers.
Yes, I know where I'm at. Trust me, I know where I'm at, and I'm okay with it for right now.
No offense to all of you in chat who are probably mostly streamers.
Yes,
like to some degree.
Just make sure it's only me who you're watching for this content. You know,
that's kind of it. Like it's like and that applies so much extra pressure of like, now if I knew everybody in my chat was a streamer, they're gonna be like, man, I've been here for 3 months, you haven't come into one of my streams, what's up with that? I'm like, yo, I ain't playing those games. No. No.
Do you know how little I go to people's streams? Barely ever. And if I'm in your stream, I'm lurking. Just assume I'm always in your stream and never in your stream because I barely interact unless you're doing something fucking wild or I'm picking on you, like Unsable Pisces. I will pick on Unsable till the day I die because that's the method I've chosen. But beyond that, yeah, I'm constantly lurking. Like I said, I was in your chat last night, or like Tank Bros. I didn't interact in chat, but they got makeup put on them. So Aaron was like, yo, you gotta check out Tank Bros. So I watched them get makeup put on them and I was like, this is hilarious, but I didn't interact. But also I'm nowhere and everywhere. But that's so, oof.
Schrodinger's daddy.
Sorry, chat.
I like that. This feels good, by the way. I'd like to just state, it feels good to kind of just sit and, I always have believed a good bitchin' feels nice. It feels good to just bitch about stuff and get it out there. I'm not trying to like smack talk anybody. I'm not trying to put anybody down.
I am.
Man.
I'll shit on people, but I'll also take them out to dinner afterwards.
That's fair. Yeah. And that's why all of this is new to me in particular, the interacting with other streamers more. Because
really?
It used to be, I would just, everyone I knew was from a raid before this. I would raid into people. They would be like, yo, man, thank you so much for the 50-person raid. That's crazy. Let's be buddies. And we'd just be buddies. Like they'd come back with a raid and I would hang out and we'd talk, and it didn't have all this weird stigma that I feel like a lot of stuff has now, especially that I'm seeing it. I feel like the whole Twitch talk thing is an echo chamber, and you're all fighting over what other streamers, the 1% of streamers who get popular on Twitch talk are fighting over the other attempted streamers who are stuck at 1 to 3 views. And that sucks. I feel bad for the streamers who are at 1 to 3 views and are stuck in this like echo chamber instead of like going out and doing their own research and figuring out what to do. Because when I started 2 years ago, I looked it all up. Everything on Twitch Talk exists on YouTube already and has for 2 years at least.
We watched a video of Tim the Tatman with hair from 2014 doing a consolidated video of every major streamer tip you've heard a billion times for other bigger Twitch talkers and all of the new people to Twitch talk doing the same tips. This isn't new information. Everything I'm talking about might have a little spice added to it and it might be a little blunt, but it's the same shit. And please, once again, keep watching the show because I love you. But like, it's that's what I did when I first started. I didn't watch any of those tips. I buckled down and then just started creating, and then fucking up. I fucked up constantly, and I still do.
No one's here for tips. I'd like to believe everyone's here for hot takes.
I
and
hope
the entertainment of seeing people interact about these tips.
Same.
That's why I watched it. I enjoy it. I think I put on your highlight of One Hit Wonder. And I was just like, yeah, people are here because they want to see the smack talk. Like none of this is fascinating new information.
Yeah,
all it is One Hit Wonder. And I'm not gonna I don't want to draw a generalization, but like their whole brand was being kind of mean about the things that you should already know.
Yeah,
that's it. Their whole brand is saying shit that you already knew, or you could have known pretty easily. They just didn't sugarcoat it and say, "Hey, man, you can do anything if you believe." Like, well, no, you can't. 1% of Twitch is 20 concurrent viewers probably isn't enough to pay your bills, is it?
Not unless they are all of them are your sugar daddies or mamas. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Well, my chat is in particular of all my sugar daddies and mamas. But I've been living off of streaming for 2 years and 3/4 now. It's been insane. I quit my job and everything. It was nuts.
Oh, like this is your full thing.
Yeah, it's my full-time job and has been for about 2 years when I started.
That's scary as fuck. That's the video I just posted with Nubbins talking about. And of course, immediately I got a stitch from a guy who said, yo, if you quit your job to stream, you're a fucking idiot. And I was like, I understand that. But it's like some people, ooh.
I make more now than I ever have in my entire life. And I was working a 50-hour job at a decent rate. It was $15 an hour for 50 hours a week. I quit. I mean, like, as soon as a little bit of Twitch was starting to do good. And that was a leap of faith. Because I wasn't making, like, bill paying money at that time.
Yeah.
But fuck me, man. Like, yes, statistically, it's not going to go well.
Damn.
If you got something going on, I don't know. If you're not happy in life, I encourage you to change it up somehow. It may not mean quit your job, but sometimes it does mean quit your job, you know?
I definitely am not trying to be hired still. Let's put it that way. I'm being micromanaged, and there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't realize. That's scary. That's super scary. Hold on, sorry. I'm gonna at me again, everyone. Is there questions I missed? I'm sorry. Fuck. I'm like in my head right now because I didn't realize that you were full time, and that's we've been talking about because I'm not affiliate and whatnot. Like all of my money comes from either direct tips or Patreon. And the fact is the whole gamification of Twitch and the whatever mentality or camaraderie of people willing to support you just through Twitch. Like it's super, super amazing that someone is willing to sacrifice half of their money when doing subs or even bits. You lose money on bits too. And then that just blows my mind. Like I have this weird wall where it's like, why would you do that when you can just click 2 more extra buttons and do a direct? That mentality for me is kind of odd because I would gladly donate $100 straight instead of 50, you know? How do you feel about that?
I think as long as you make it clear to people what that all means, because I have a direct donation link, which is where I get a majority of my stuff is through the direct dono. I just tell people, and I also have a fuck ton of subs. Conversely, I have a fuck ton of subs, and that I think as soon as you tell people what the end user gets, like I'm like, hey guys, really appreciate that. Information about this should be clear and readily available. Every sub you send me, I get $2.50. But if you want to direct donate, I lose about 2% for fraud protection.
Yeah,
and I also, it's easy to. If you give better benefits for the thing that benefits you more, like you can put in the work to make your. I just redid over 100 alerts, 100 different alerts, because I wanted my shit when people send things that has effects and it does stuff on stream. So if you want to jump scare me for $13, that way your donation means something and it does something. I'm putting value into the thing you're doing, and it doesn't just pop up with a ring. Someone sent $13.
No, that's the big thing. That's the adding the value. That's the good part about going through Twitch is there's so many different ways to add value to those small donations, big, small, medium, large donations. However, is the alerts, sound bites, shit, emotes. People love emotes. I never realized how many people love the emotes. I mean, if I'm being honest.
For 20 emotes, I'm just like, hell yeah, I need more.
I had that I didn't realize that tweet was going to pop off. It was a random thought. I was just like, you don't want to be partnered, or you're not pushing for partner, you're pushing for emote slots, you emote slut. I want that I want that on a t-shirt. That's part of the merch, you guys. You're not you're an emote slut. I don't think you can put that on a shirt.
Why do you think people go for partner? Like just the check mark?
That's why I have these conversations. For most part, it's a goal. It helps push people. It's a great way to get extra exposure, and that's the name of the game. Is the more people in your stream, the more you can convert them to regular viewership. Having that check mark also is just this big. Like I said, I was scared to talk to partners. I was scared to talk to anyone with 10 average viewers when I first started this. McQueeb, who's around very often, is now a homie as far as I'm concerned. Couldn't imagine talking to him already. You even. Like just the partner, whatever it is, it's this thing that smaller streamers, up on the pedestal. They're putting it up on a pedestal in a way, and I think every streamer wants to get there, and then they get there. They're like, maybe you have two options. You either have this power trip. You're like, I'm a partner now. All right, we're gonna do things. Maybe three, or oh, I'm a partner now, and then it dies, and then you lose your audience because you don't know what you're doing, or you know, you make content. You just go along with your day, like you or McQueeb. You're just like, it's all right. We made it. We made partner. We're just going to keep doing our thing, building our community, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's
just more people who gain value, you know, or you've been exposed to that you can retain. That's not anything crazy. I think people who make it to partner are doing something right. And that is important to note.
Hopefully.
Ideally, you're doing something right. I actually have a thing about this real quick is there is a huge not doing something right that I've been seeing from a lot of partners, particularly because I was told to do stuff like this by managers that I had in passive talks with.
Yeah.
Raid somebody, get that on video, gift a bunch of subs to their chat because you got the money for it. Fuck it. Gift a bunch of subs to their chat, get it on video, post it. And I'm like, no. Oh, that's incredibly unethical.
Yeah.
And it not only that, it will have terrible results for me because that's not my audience. Exactly. My audience aren't the people who are there to get rated and get attention like that.
Yep. It's all the same as like lurk for lurk, raid for raid. It's all weird push culture that's I don't know if it's always been around, but apparently I was talking to Abel the other night. We were a bunch of us in the milk bar, and he was talking about how in the younger like Twitch talk crowd, that's huge. The push for partner raids, that is like not as it's very gamified with them, I think is what he was saying. I forget, I have to talk to him again. But like compared to adults who do that and make it into like a business, like, oh, you have to spend so much time, and that adult mentality of business monetizing and businessifying words, you know.
I hate business so much.
Yeah, I try to do that stuff. But anyway,
I dropped out of college. I dropped out of business college.
It's cool. I went to art school for 3 months, and here we are.
Yeah, I know. I'm keeping you over by a good bit.
No, it's cool. I don't even know. We were supposed to have another guest. I'm not sure if he's here. Honestly, here's the thing with the interviews, you guys, real quick. If anybody wants to be on the show, please think about signing up, but also think about why you are signing up. There is technically a third person within this, but I haven't heard from him all week. Like, you've interacted with me through social media and whatnot. I want to get this out very, very important. It's a dick move, but it is what it is because this is where the show's kind of going. Hey, come hang out. Get to know us. I've talked to Val. I talked to you. Like, be human and get to
interaction. A long way.
A little interaction, so we can keep going for a little bit longer. Sorry to whom was on the middle part of this show. We do have our second guests on the show, but it is what it is. And I'm sorry. It's probably rude. They're probably upset if they're even here. I don't know. I assume they're here, but
although they'd they be in the waiting room?
They would, if they knew the gist, they would be in the waiting room, and they're not. And unfortunately, if they are in the waiting room, I'm sorry, dude. I don't even think they're not in the Discord either. So it's sorry to everybody.
Well, that complicates things.
That complicates things too. So, but yes, we're still going. We're still going. We're gonna catch up on chat. Vel's there. Sorry. So Vel is here. Vel is available. Vel is going to be our next guest a little bit later. We're going to do about 10-ish more minutes of catching up on chat. I know we're speedrunning chat. Fuck me. I'm a hypocrite. But I know there was a bunch of stuff. Your team. Something about your team.
Oh, yeah. So it's not even being advertised yet because we're still working out the kinks a little bit. I was starting to set together a group of people with like minds, kind of like it's all meant to be like, hey, these aren't like streamers to streamers. I guess it doesn't make much sense, but these are like just people on TikTok that I know that happen to have Twitch accounts.
Okay.
And they're all really nice. They're cool. These are all people I've basically made friends with over time, but they're putting in a very genuine, hard effort to be streamers. So I have they're all minimum five average viewer people. They are looking to not get streamer tips, but to improve the quality of their stream on a more high technical level.
Okay.
Filters for your mic, all kinds of more techie stuff. And then they're all like interacting and getting together and like collabing and things like that. So just real quick, KanoaDaddy Gaming. There we go. You have this like little page. It's the guild. It's meant to be like a little cute get together thing. It's all flipped backwards right now because of Discord, but
yeah. No, actually, it still shows up well. You're good. You're good. It's backwards for you. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. It's just a cute little spot. It's only got 16 people in it right now, but I also haven't announced the shit on TikTok yet of being like, hey, if you are a streamer, you're really trying this, you want to get there, and you want to like all help push each other up. It's not supposed to be like a follow for follow deal. It's like we're in this shit together. We may as well help one another grow.
Yeah.
Let's go for it kind of thing. So it's a thing that I started doing recently.
So you're putting together a Twitch team, correct? That's like the...
Yes. We're gathering a league of extraordinary gentlemen.
First of all, that's fantastic. I'm happy. Anytime, once again, it's not that I don't want to help streamers. I think it's very tricky, but I also think that Twitch teams are stupid.
Yeah, well, I never got into one. And what I do know of them is they didn't do anything.
Yes, and hopefully what you can do is you can take that statistic and suplex it into the ground, because it is very tricky. Helping other streamers gets very, very tricky, and that's one of the big questions I'm going to ask Kat is like a lot of her stuff is streamer help oriented, and it's where do you move from there? Clearly what you did was I think it is actually a perfect example is you built your own brand. You built your brand, and that's tricky because a lot of people get into it the other way. They just start giving advice, whether it be general or stuff that they've read up on, and then they try and find their personality afterwards or bleed it into it. What you do is opposite. So I think what you have here is fucking fantastic. I sound like a business manager.
KanoaDaddy. Thank you.
And also like dope as shit. Like clearly already know what you're doing. But I Twitch teams, I think statistically don't really do anything, because what happens is like, oh, we're going to help each other, blah, blah, blah. But then you get into, once again, a sort of echo chamber where it's just streamers rating each other and not really expanding in any ways, and kind of, sometimes there's drama, but it's tricky. Yeah,
it's not the team's responsibility to grow you as a streamer. I went into it and I was just like, so hey, we can rate each other. We can interact. We can get on each other's streams and cooperate.
Yeah.
But it's still your job. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and help you with tech knowledge. This isn't access. All this is a quick way to meet other streamers that are of a similar mindset, at least to some degree. This is me doing the networking part for you, where you can interact and easy find them. You don't have to browse the page. Everyone here is of the like mind that they want to interact with other streamers in some capacity.
Are you going how many slots is the team? You're going to keep the team small, correct? Like
I intend on keeping it less than 100. I think 100 might be the maximum number I want to put on this.
I was hoping you'd say 15.
Oh, well, it's already at 16, so no, not quite.
Oh,
but it's like its own Discord.
yeah.
I say
It's
Discord. It's not Discord, but
that just
like,
that just worries me. I'm worried for you for whatever
yeah.
reason.
Uh, I don't know. People don't act right. I think there's a big learning curve that came with like, even you probably know, a Discord community. Uh, or who said they had huge exodus? Was that one hit wonder maybe is still having the growing pains of Discord communities.
Yeah, because he's building
Uh,
his Discord's sort of geared towards helping other streamers. Yeah.
and you'll post and just from what I could tell of the I watched the highlights earlier today, I was like, man, you're stressing way too hard about that. You are over policing. You're in there doing way too much, in my opinion. That's not my business. That's their business. But like, I'm like, fuck, man. Like, you can just not. But like when they say that they have a self promo section,
Yeah.
uh, so do I. And the self promo section exists so that the people who are there to be shitty just have a place to go and post, and it's not in chat. It's not in chat main. You know who doesn't go to the self promo section? Anyone who isn't trying to post themselves.
Yeah. They're
Surprise! Like people just browse in there and like are like, I need to find another streamer today, and they click on every person in self promo. I've never heard of anyone doing that.
I only did it as no the gnome. I only did that as sort of a networking tool in a way, in the fact that I was in that big community where it was that influx of people. I was just like, all right, who am I going to meet today? Because it's tricky. I once again, I took advantage of that influx, and that influx showed where I could find them live. They posted going live. I was like, oh, who's live now that I haven't met yet? And I went through that. I am the exception to the rule because my whole thing caters to meeting other streamers. My
Yeah,
brain just skipped. But yeah, absolutely nobody goes through that.
average viewer.
Yeah. Nobody goes through it. Chat,
Yeah.
can we get a anything? I don't know. Do you go through the self promo channel at all? You know?
Yeah, that's from all I'm seeing is people being like, yeah, I mute that shit. I'm out of here.
Mute.
Is there any value in Twitch teams at all? Only what you give them, I think, and that's the biggest difference here. Because if everyone on your Twitch team isn't proud to be in it and talk about it, no one's ever going to go to the team page. No one's going to give a shit.
Yeah.
At worst, they're useless. At best, you can use it as a tool for networking, and I think that's good.
That's okay. At they're useless and at best. I like that. It's not harming anybody by any means, unless you make it harm you. But
we're just playing for stats here, like.
I mean, I came across, actually, it's funny, way back when I first started, I came across the Tim the Tatman team. I was like, oh shit, Tim the Tatman team. And it was hundreds of people. And I was just like, why would I take the time? What does this do for you? Oh, cool, you got on. And then I realized that just like anything else that kind of like showing off your follower numbers. Yeah, follower number is cool, but it's not the most important number in a way. Choose what's important. Being on this Tim the Tatman team, I don't think it's going to make or break anyone. People are going to be like, oh, I don't know. I guess if companies or sponsors like you're like, oh, he's on the Tim the Tatman.
Maybe for knowledgeable people,
Yeah.
that could be it's like a badge next to your name, like.
Yeah.
It's like fucking being verified on Tinder or something. Like at first you're like, oh shit, this person's verified, and then you're like, oh wait, they just do that to anyone who posted a picture with like them rubbing their head or something. Like is it hard to get? No. But is it a thing that people have? Yeah, it's something, and someone who doesn't know better will be like, okay, cool.
Verified on
you get a gold. Yeah, you got your golden noodle for being on the Tim the Tatman team.
Oh shit. Damn, dude. All right. Any final questions? I usually ask this and then never answer in the chat because I'm bad at that. Is there anything you wanted to bring up right before I unfortunately have to kick you out, even though we could definitely keep going for hours?
I know. I feel like I could just sit here and babble with you for
anytime. I'm going to have to get you on for like a main show because this is, I feel like we could go back and forth. But anytime you see an open slot or if I'm complaint casting you around, just jump on. But yes, anything. I think I saw something. I'm sorry. Since viewer numbers are going down, do you think they will pick up when some of the lockdown streamers quit streaming and become viewers again?
I'm not even sure. Like, kind of they release their viewers. I think a good mentality to have about that is to assume that nobody else at all is keeping people from being in your stream by being on at the same time. Yeah. And if that is the case, you're too similar to them and they're doing it better.
Ooh. And
you need to diversify and do something better if you think someone else is stealing your shit. And surprised they're not. Like titty streamers aren't taking your viewers, you know. Those people are there for the titty streamers. They're not there for, oh, this guy's playing Call of Duty.
yeah, you hear that all the time. How do you feel about people who at you over and over again for dumb stuff?
My mods usually ask them to stop. Get a good mod team. Hey, here's the thing. If you start getting a large amount of people, I would say every 20 concurrent viewers you start getting, having a mod, not even that's there all the time, just a mod on the team of your mod team, so that like maybe one or two can be in. I have a very consistent mod team that I have explicitly had long talks with about what I expect and what they tend to do, and it is smooth. My mod team is, they're fucking SEAL Team 6 up in this bitch. They don't over police. They do everything so goddamn well. So get a mod team. Get a good mod team.
I guess
treat them nice.
I would love. Hey, everybody, consider joining the Patreon so I can pay my mods. That's what I would do first. What else?
Do you care for some blind self promo?
Absolutely. Streamer shout out. Self promo the fuck out of yourself.
Perfect. Hey, everybody. Hi, I'm KanoaDaddy. That's pretty much it. If you want to come see a lot of the bullshit that I have in action, my stream looks like this, except with like a little extra stuff on the screen, and there's alerts and shit.
Nice.
And there's music. That's nice. Come
Right.
hang out. I'd love to have you. I stream at nighttime. I stream really late, like 9 p.m. Eastern, which is like 6 Pacific, damn near every night. So if you're one of those late people who just want to sit down and have a drink and hang out, that's what I literally do. And I will talk to you similar to this. I'll just actually be paying more attention to the chat than looking at the person I'm talking to's face. I can't help it. When I'm talking, I have to look at the face.
No, same. Absolutely same.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's it. Come hang if you're chill. Obviously, if you're not chill, fuck off. Do something else.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. I will obviously see you on Twitter because I am a Twitter beast now. And
you're killing it.
And
what are you at now?
Not enough. Pisces is killing me because Pisces obviously has a bigger audience, but that's fine. I'm getting there. It's cool.
You just gotta believe.
I think I have like, just gotta believe.
Horse in the air.
I have 489 followers, everybody. Almost halfway to 1,000. Let's do it.
Living on a prayer. All right. Well, I am going to let you get to it. Hell yeah. See you guys around. Thanks for having me on. I'll apply for another time slot sometime soon. Or if you just want to,
I'll hit you up.
Tell me and be like, do this. I'll be like, okay.
I'll hit you up. We'll make something happen.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.